Hi, my name is Kristen Hicks, and this is speech number 4, the persuasive speech. How would you like to pay a lot of money to lose weight? Deprive yourself and your food budget of food items such as spaghetti, bread, rice, and even making that simple sandwich for lunch. And the thought of eating nothing but steak and cheese may be like a dieter's dream come true, but it could do more harm than good, and I don't believe weight loss should come at a price. I'm a self-proclaimed diet book junkie, and I have been studying the effects of numerous diets over the years. The Atkins diet is one that will make you lose weight the fastest, but also one that's very hard to live with. I know the majority of people out there would love a quick fix when it comes to weight loss, and if you ever find one, please let me know. Sure, you will lose weight loss fast, but if the weight doesn't stay off, what's the point? So now let me tell you about what the Atkins diet is about. The Atkins diet, which is officially called the Atkins Nutritional Approach, is a low-carbohydrate diet created by Dr. Robert Atkins. He created the diet after reading an article in the Journal of American Medical Association. In creating this diet, he also created the Atkins franchise to provide products to individuals on the diet. These little bars right here is what he's talking about, and there's drinks and other things as well, and they're what you should eat if you can't fix a whole thing of eggs in the morning or a steak dinner at night. Dr. Atkins did believe that the main cause of obesity is eating refined carbohydrates, particularly sugar, flour, high fructose corn syrups. What is true about those foods, if you eat those foods in excess, you will gain weight. I do agree with him there. So in turn, he created the Atkins diet, which involves the restriction of carbohydrates to more frequently switch the body's metabolism from burning glucose as a fuel to burning stored body fat. This process is called ketosis. Ketosis begins when insulin levels are low, and in normal human beings that's pretty much right before you eat a meal when it's your lowest. And calories from carbohydrates, which includes foods such as pasta, bread, rice, and even fruit, produce most of the blood sugar after meals. Ketosis involves lipolysis, which is the breakdown of fat in the cells, and then transfer to the bloodstream. So it just transfers out in his mind. So basically, Dr. Atkins believes that being on a low carbohydrate diet will make you lose weight by going into ketosis to burn stored body fat. So now let's discuss the 4 phases of the Atkins diet. The 4 phases are the induction phase, the ongoing weight loss phase, the pre-maintenance phase, and the lifetime maintenance phase. The induction phase is the first and most restrictive phase of the diet. Your carbohydrate intake is limited to only 20 grams of carbs a day, 12 to 15 grams which must come from the 54 allowable foods that come from the book. Even green beans is not even on that list because they are considered too starchy. Foods that are allowed are all meats, certain amount of cheese, and some vegetables, and barely any fruit. Although you may lose 5 to 10 pounds or more if you're exercising while doing the diet, during the induction phase it will mainly be water loss. After the initial 2 weeks, you then proceed to the ongoing weight loss phase of the program. During this phase, you will increase your carbohydrate intake, but only while your levels of weight loss are still occurring. So each week, your carbohydrate intake is by 5 grams. The goal during this phase is to find your critical carbohydrate level for losing. This is where, in a controlled manner, you see what foods and what carbohydrates work for you. Some people can eat a plate of spaghetti and be fine. Some people can look at it and gain weight. You'll just figure out which works for you. And this phase will last until you're within 10 pounds of your target goal weight. You will then be ready to go on to the next phase, which is the pre-maintenance phase of the program. Carbohydrates are now increased by 10 grams a week. The goal of this phase is to find your critical level for maintenance. This is the max number of carbohydrates you can eat every day without gaining any weight. And then now you're ready for the last phase, which is the lifetime maintenance phase. This lifetime maintenance phase is for the rest of your life. The phase is for people to carry on what they learned in the previous phases and not to go to that end of diet mindset where you just go back to your old ways, eat the foods you used to, go back to the couch if you were working out, and you gain all the weight back and sometimes more. Now, I do agree with the diet that they want you to eat whole, unprocessed foods such as whole fruits and vegetables, whole eggs, not really any packaged stuff. That's a great part of the diet. Although there's still a lot I don't agree with, so let's talk about that now. According to Forbes magazine, the Atkins diet is the third most expensive diet compared to 10 of the most popular diets on the market, including diets of Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, The Zone, South Beach. The Atkins diet total price of weekly food is $100.52. That's 84.6% over the national average of what is spent on food a week. So if you're just doing that for you, might not be so bad, but if you have a family, children, other members, that can get pricey, considering you probably want your children to eat their fruits and vegetables and a glass of milk and so on and so forth. So I bet that a simple diet with fruits and vegetables, lean meats, fish will cost way less and be way more healthier. But there's still some more controversy about the Atkins diet. Here are just a few. Now, in my mind, I would think that anyone on a diet high in meats and saturated fats and cheeses, it would put you at a higher risk for heart disease and certain cancers. But I'm not the only one. Dr. Robert Eckel of the American Heart Association states that high-protein, low-carbohydrate diets put people at a risk for heart disease. A long-term study published in the New England Journal of Medicine in 2006 found that women reduced heart disease risk by eating more protein and fat from vegetable sources. This could be from eating more avocado, tofu, things like that, olive oil. And in Annals of Internal Medicine in May of 2004 showed that minor adverse effects of diarrhea, general weakness, rashes, and muscle cramps were more frequent in low-carbohydrate diet groups than any other diet group out there. Also, anyone with kidney disease or diabetics should not follow this diet to the high consumption of protein because their kidneys are not able to filter it out like someone without those diseases. So there is a plus cancers that can come from a low carbohydrate diet I will now share with you. There's a substance in the body called insulin-like growth factor 1 or IGF-1. This substance has been linked to a higher risk of cancers, especially breast, prostate, and colon cancers. Studies show that people who get a lot of exercise or who consume a low-protein diet have lower levels of IGF-1. Dr. Luigi Fontana, an assistant professor of medicine at Washington University in St. Louis, states, the presence of high level of IgG1F in the body seems to increase the likelihood that there's an elevated risk that mutated cells will turn into cancer cells. And that's a pretty scary risk considering we all have mutating cells in our body regularly, but the normal body and the normal immune system can just fight those off. But he also states that this can be controlled to a great degree through diet and exercise. Other research suggests that a diet that includes both fruit and vegetables along with beans and whole grains is a much better diet to have on a daily basis and in the long run along with your efforts of trying to lose weight. Other researchers suggest that a diet that includes the fiber and the antioxidants is also a diet that we're going to help better your chances in the future of not developing certain cancers and certain diseases. Also, you'll have an increased energy by not being weighed down by the heavy meals of a steak dinner at lunch. It'd be better to have a simple sandwich and a piece of fruit. So now I have you thinking about your own everyday diet and diets that you have tried or maybe trying right now. Not only is this particular diet monotonous and boring, it's expensive and can rob you of your future. In closing, to lose weight, there really is no magic pill or fad diet to achieve weight loss. The best way is through exercise and a diet high in fruits and vegetables with lean meats and fish, and yes, bread too. Thank you.